Magic, welcome. Great to have you here.
Thank you. Can I call him Geeter, James? I
Yeah,
don't know what I should call him.
You can call him Geeter. A lot of times I call him Mike McGee because he doesn't know he's not the first Geeter. We had a Geeter. We had a Geeter. You can call him Geeter.
And that James and Byron
and
told
he was
me.
sweet Geeter too.
Yeah.
He coming off the bench. He scored 16 in 2 minutes.
It's an honor to be
beat you down.
It's an honor to be the second Geeter, right? It's an honor to be the second Geeter.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to the big news today. You are back, Magic, with the Lakers organization as an official advisor to Jeanie Buss. Can you explain what that means and what your role will be with the Lakers?
Great question. You know, I had my annual dinner with her like I've been doing probably for the last 5 years, just her picking my brain about where the team is, the talent. So this time, James, I didn't think she was going to say, hey, come on and advise me and take an official role with the Lakers, and I jumped at it. And what it means is that it's not just working with her. You know, Tim Harris is here if he needs me in any capacity, whether that's I just sat down with Mitch Kupchak before I came here if he needs to pick my brain on anything, because we talk basketball all the time anyway, Mitch and I. Jim Buss, Joey, Jesse Buss, all the Buss brothers, if they need me in any kind of way. So it's not just about basketball, but it's across the board. And I'm just happy to, you know, this is the organization that I love. If Coach Walton wants me to get on the floor with some of the guys like D'Angelo, some of the point guards, and work them out, or just give them advice, or if he doesn't want me to be a part of it at all, it's okay too. So it's up to every individual that works for the Laker organization and how they want to utilize my expertise, and I'm looking forward to it.
You know, you've always been a part of the Lakers organization in everyone's eyes. Is this an opportunity that you wanted?
Well, I think that, yes, it's an opportunity that I wanted because I turned down every other organization.
Yeah.
You know, I could have been owner of Golden State Warriors, and I could have ran the New York Knicks when Steve Mills was the general manager back in the day before Phil. And then I could have been a part of the Detroit Pistons organization, and on and on and on. So I said no because I've always been a Laker. And when she asked me to come aboard in this role, I thought it was a perfect role for me. I've already had meetings today, and I will continue to have meetings with different people within the Laker organization. And again, I can give them advice on basketball. I can give them advice on business, and I can be a part of sponsorship, season ticket holders. So whatever they see that they need me in this area or this arena, I'm ready to go to work.
All right. Now, you're an owner of the Dodgers and the Sparks.
Right.
You've built a business empire. You're a TV analyst.
Right.
Have I missed anything? You're a busy man.
No, you missed a lot. We don't have time. We don't have enough time to go into that. That's a good start.
That's a good start.
Yeah, that's a good start.
But you mentioned time, James. How much time can you devote to your new role with the Lakers? What will the day-to-day look like for you?
Well, I think that the good thing about my business is that I have capable people in working for me that's in positions to my executive team can run the day-to-day business. So I'm not worried about that, or I wouldn't take this role. So if the Lakers say, hey, I need you over here for a couple of hours to do this or do that, I'm there, you know. And so I want to make sure that Jeanie understands that, you know, I was going to devote the necessary time, or I wouldn't take the role. I'm not a guy who do anything halfway. I'm used to winning, and thank God our Dodgers are winning, and we just need to take one more step. Thank God the Sparks won the championship this past season. And what I want to do is try to just little by little build the Lakers back up, you know, to where they should be. We have a great group of young players. I think that we're missing a leader, though. We have to have D'Angelo step up to the leader role. He had a wonderful game the other night. I think that if he can step up into the leadership role and really lead the guys now, because we've lost a lot of games in the fourth quarter, James, when somebody should have stepped up and said, oh, bad shot, hey, slow it down, let's do this, let's do that. And I think he's the guy who has the ball in his hand, and he could become even a better leader than he is today.
You know, Magic, when you talk about brand building, nobody's done it better than you have. And one of the things that I remember when I came here in 1982, every day before practice, you know, we had shoot around at the Forum. We would see you walking down the steps, having talked to somebody like Bill Sharman, having a conversation with Jerry West, you know, talking about what we needed to do as a brand.
Yeah.
With young players coming out of school so early, 1 year, 2 years, not having the time to do the work, how do we get them to understand what our brand means and what sacrifice they have to give up for each other to get back to that? There's so much pressure on these young players coming out with a lot of talent. How do we get them to understand that?
Well, you're right, James. What we didn't have back in the day was social media. Social media has changed everything. And guys do care, sometimes even more so, about their brand. And they don't realize that performing on the court gets you everything that you want, right? And but what has to happen is this. You have to figure out, how can we win? And a lot of times you could have been averaging probably 25 to 30 points on another team. And you said, you know what? I'm good with what I can average because it's about winning. I could have did the same thing. Kareem could have did the same thing. But we all bought into Coach Riley's system, and that if the team won, we all won. And that's what we have to get these young Lakers to understand, is that if the team wins individually, you win. You get everything you want. When we win, you get the new contract. When we win, you get the endorsements. When we win, you know, everything that you're looking for, you get. But first it has to start with, you got to put the time in. You know, you got to love the game, put the time in. You have to also, if you have guys around, this is, LeBron James did this probably better than anybody. He really sat down with some of the older guys, right, and picked their brain. And because not only did he want to be great in basketball, he wanted to be great as a businessman after that. But he sat down with people. And so don't look at it as a bad thing if Kareem is around or you're around or if I'm here. Pick my brain. I picked Jerry West's brain. You know it. Chick Hearn. Every time we had breakfast, I saw Chick Hearn, I would run over there and sit with him. Tell me about Wilt Chamberlain. Tell me about when they won 33 games in a row. Those type of things help me as a player develop. And so I think that if all of them understand that, hey, we all have to give some of our game to get what we want. We all could be, yes, a star or average a lot of points, but the team would be losing. So if we all say, hey, I'm going to give my game for the sake of winning, and then I'm going to get what I want on the back end of that, which is a new contract or a commercial or whatever it is that they're seeking.
Magic, you already mentioned that you met with Mitch Kupchak. Is there any of that conversation you can share? And to piggyback that, when do you plan on meeting with Jim?
Yeah, so I'm going to call Jim later on today, and then we'll set up a meeting, hopefully. You know, Jim is calling the shots, and I want him to understand I'm just here to lend advice. And so I explained that to Mitch Kupchak today. That's all. Just run. You know, Mitch is wonderful. We're going to have a 2-3 hour meeting, talk about the strategy and where they think they're headed, and we'll break down every guy on the team, strengths and weaknesses, and really just talk basketball. You know, it's okay to have a lot of basketball knowledge. That's one thing Dr. Buss had around him, was a lot of basketball expertise and knowledge. And so I will reach out to Jim and see if we can sit down and do the same thing. Hey, I'm not here to be anything but just give you some basketball knowledge. You know, I watch college games all the time. I watch the NBA all the time. I watch you guys all the time because I know if Randall gets his right hand, James, woo, he don't even know. If he gets that right hand,
Yeah.
Man, he could be an all-star.
He's got small hands, but he still can get it there. He has to.
Yeah. Man, if he get on this on that right side and he know how to drop step, it could be money. And you know, I can tell you Lou, I can tell you Clarkson. I know every Laker frontwards and backwards. But I'm just looking forward to talking basketball and how can I just help you, whether you're making a decision and just give you some advice, whether that's again going on the floor or just giving you notes about what I see game to game on every player. Because again, I've watched every Laker game, so I know every guy, and it's great that we're seeing some of the young talent develop.
You know, in recent years, you've been critical of the Lakers' basketball operations.
Right.
What were some of the missteps, in your opinion?
Well, I think first of all, you know, you have to remember that the coaches, some of the coaches we brought in didn't fit the talent. And I think that we see Mike D'Antoni doing a wonderful job with Houston because he had the talent that fit his offense. We didn't have a run up and down team or a spot up 3 team. And so because we had Gasol sitting there, you know, it wasn't a good choice to have him because he'd rather have 5 small players and no bigs, right? So that's what I was critical of. I thought Mike Brown was an excellent coach, but he liked the slow down game. You know, he was excellent on defense, though. And so I thought that we could have went in another direction with the talent that we had. Because just like Coach Walton was the perfect choice for the talent that we have, his system that he brought in, he's getting the most out of everybody. Now, if this Laker team can tighten up on defense, whether it's their defense intensity, and Robert Horry and James talks about this all the time, AC Green, Derek Fisher, all the time, because it's the defense now. We can score with anybody. We can score the basketball. What we need to do now is tighten up our defense. And if we can do that, man, this team could really do some special things. And so I'm just looking forward to really watching tonight's game and all the other games after this, giving notes. Like I told Mitch, we'll trade information, sit down with Jim and see, you know, what role I can play with him if he needs me or need information. Jeannie and I already talked about the role I'll play with her. I've already sat down with Jesse and Joey, the role with the defenders and talking basketball with them. They're very bright young men and smart. Tim and I will get together, but we've already gotten together. Tim is a cool dude, and I'm just looking forward to really sitting down with everybody and just talking how we can improve, not just basketball, but this brand is incredible, but we want to go to another level with the brand. The Laker business, we want to go to another level with the Laker business. So it's all those things that we want to do.
What do you like about Luke that makes you think he can be a great head coach in this league?
Well, first of all, I love that Zubac, am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's a young man who had a special game probably 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Now he's not afraid to give him 20 minutes, 25 minutes. We're seeing him develop right in front of our eyes. And Luke is saying, okay, well, if you're rolling, I'm gonna keep you out there. And I like that about him. He's saying, whatever team is performing well, we're going to stick with that 5. And then also, too, hey, if you're making a bad mistake or you're taking a bad shot, come on, sit next to me. You know, I got other guys that I can put into the game. Or you didn't run a play that I wanted to be executed the way I wanted it to execute, I'll take you out. So you're seeing Luke really developing the players. And I'll tell you who else he really did a good job with, Brandon Ingram. Nobody else in this league would have put the ball in his hand, James, like he's put the ball in.
Not as a rookie.
No.
Other than you were the rookie.
But he has put the ball in his hand, and it seemed like because of that, we're seeing him more every game. He gets more confidence. Every game he makes a play that you say, wow. like against Denver at the free throw line. Fake, went to his right, bam! I said, oh, I got excited.
Yeah.
You know, and we know he can defend. He's long. And what I like about him, James, he's a gym rat.
Yes.
He wants to get better. So that's the type of guys we want to have on the Lakers, guys who want to improve, stay in the gym. Their number one priority is basketball. And I have loved watching Brandon just continue to grow. And so we have some nice young pieces. I've always liked Clarkson. I think that, the thing about him is that, James, I think he can really, as a two-way player in terms of offense and defense, he's the one guy that can probably be a shutdown guy.
He's got that the Joe Dumars tendencies.
Yeah.
He can defend on both ends, and he can definitely score.
Right.
I think he should take a playbook out of Reggie Miller's book, set some picks,
Yep.
be a better passer. That'll open up his game. But as the Lakers grow, how do they attract an elite player now? These guys are sophisticated now. They'll come here in the summertime
That's right.
and hang out, but they'll play in Milwaukee. How do we get that attractiveness back to the city with the brand that we have?
Well, I think we started that today. Jeannie saying, hey, Irvin, come aboard. Guys know I'm about winning. Guys know that I understand them. I think agents now know that, okay, Magic also knows winning. He knows how to put their players in a winning situation. Okay, and then the other step is we got young talent that they can say, okay, I can see myself in that lineup now. And as soon as I see myself in that lineup, we go to another level.
Because right now, guys, free agents are like, we're going to San Antonio.
Yeah.
We're going to Golden State. That used to be our domain.
Exactly.
And so we got to get that back.
Yeah, but see, we needed the young guys to be good. Now we have good players, right? And so, and I'm going to tell you, we're a superstar away from competing against both of those teams.
I agree.
One guy changes our landscape because we have everything we need now except that one guy to make everybody better. And so I'm excited. That's why I joined, because if I felt we were far away and it was going to be a waste of my time, I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't have taken this role. I know that we have the pieces in place and we will continue to get better. And so my role is to make sure that, I send that message out to everybody.
Yeah, if you had one message to send to the fans who have been like crazy patient
Right.
over the years with not going to the playoffs, what would it be?
Well, I think we're right there, and just continue to hang with us, because I think we got young people who can really play basketball and who are finding their way, right? We're developing them this season, last season. I think they take another step next season. And I
It's not
think
the first time we've been through this. We
Yeah,
went through
yeah.
this before in the 90s.
Exactly. We've gone through this, and then I tell you, when we all retired, we went through that. Dr. Buss said, I'm going to go out when Shaq is a free agent. I'm going to get him. And sure enough, he got him, and it changed everything. And I told some people, this is funny, true story. So friends of mine, they had floor seats. Oh, man, I can't stand. I'm going to give up my tickets. I said, don't give up your tickets. Oh, I got to give them up. The team is not performing well. I said, the Lakers will always come back. Sure enough, gave them up. We get Shaq. He called me. Oh, no. I said, what did I tell you? I said, one thing about this organization, we always come back, and we will come back again. I think the marketplace, the players, the league needed to know that we were headed in the right direction, that we wanted to take that step. And again, I'm here to say that we're ready to take that step.
Dr. Buss he left the formula.
Yeah.
The formula's there.
Yeah. You just have to really be able to execute, and also let people know that we're really serious about winning. And I think that, again, we've taken the first step by bringing me on board.
Irv, back to free agency real quickly. You mentioned, you want to play a role in that. Will you be in the room for the meetings with potential free agents?
Yes, I want to be in the role. Excuse me. I want to be in the room, and I want to play a role. And you have to remember, I know agents, I know players. I know what they want, and you don't have to have a lot of people in the room. You just have to have a basketball guy in the room telling them what they want to hear. Okay, hey, you're going to play this role, and if you're with us and we already got these 4 guys with you, wow, we're in the top 3 or 4 teams in the league, right? They need to understand that. And then how are you going to utilize them? Then Coach Walton steps in. Hey, this is how we're going to utilize you. This is how it's going to work, because I can't speak to the offense and all those things. He'll handle that role. And then Mitch and Jim will have a role as well, because they're the ones running things. But I'm looking forward to being a part of that. Again, I watch basketball all day long. I watched all the games last night. Even watching the college game, Kansas and Baylor. I was watching, so I got my TV set on all the games.
The Carolina-Pittsburgh game.
Yeah. Well, they handle business so early. But it was a good game. It came down to the end.
Not easy.
Yeah, Pittsburgh game a game. I
Michigan
saw
State
that.
does play tonight, by the way.
Yeah, they play tonight. We got a big game at Nebraska, and we lost both of our big men, so it's been a tough year for us. But we're hanging in there. I just want us to make the NCAA tournament.
Magic, I know you spent so much time with Dr. Buss, and he was a mentor for you. What did you learn about running a team from Dr. Buss?
Oh, everything.
Because I know you used it in business as well.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. First of all, he opened the books up to me to let me see how the Lakers made money. And so he taught me the business of basketball first. Then he taught me, and all of us really, how to run a team, which is being hands-on, knowing everybody. I mean, he knew James, and he had different relationships with all of us, right? It's up to you what you wanted to have. If you wanted to go to lunch with him, he went to lunch with you. And so he was a hands-on owner, but he loved the guys, and he loved their families. And so I will be the same way, be involved. If they want to sit and talk basketball, if Russell, I've already taken them to lunch this past summer. I'm really looking forward to sitting down with D'Angelo, because I think really the skies can be the limit. And I think, if he can learn a little tricks of the trade, like we all had to learn, and also get, again, it's okay to make somebody mad on your team.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That's what I think is missing, because there wasn't a day that went by where we weren't into each other.
Right.
And we loved it.
Really?
We loved to go to practice.
Yes.
Practice was, we couldn't wait to get to practice.
That's right.
And it wouldn't be anything for Michael Cooper to go up to Magic and
right.
say, you missed that. No, that's
right.
your fault.
That's
and
right.
we loved that, and it was accepted.
Yep.
And we didn't go hang our heads, and we had guys like Larry Spriggs on the bench. If you really wanted to know something about the team, you didn't have to ask the starters all the time. Mm-hmm. And that's what they need to get to. They need to listen to, Jose and Wartez. When they come off the bench, accept that criticism, and that's how you get better. I think as a young
culture, right?
as a young team, 1 year college, sometimes you miss that social gathering where you get to learn that, and it's hard to learn on the fly at this level. So you're absolutely right. I think if they could just get to get on each other.
Yep.
And it'd be okay.
And do it just in the right way, as James said. And look, James and Michael Cooper were our 2 defensive stoppers, right? James would play the best starter, whether it's a 2 guard or a 3. Byron would play, if we had a speedy point guard, I couldn't handle him, so Byron would go over to him.
We couldn't allow Magic to play. Isaiah and those guys. We needed him in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we had a strategy.
Yeah,
we had a strategy,
and we were okay with that.
Yes.
And if I blew an assignment, James, Byron, Coop would be, man, Buck, you missed that. You missed that one, man. I said, got it. And then vice versa. But one thing we had, we could take it and we wanted to win. See, when you want to win, you don't care if somebody get on you. You respond and make sure it doesn't happen again. And then after the game, say, thanks, man, pulling my coattail. And that's what it's all about. So a culture got to be developed that we're about winning, and we're seeing it.
Yeah, I think they're getting there.
Yeah,
I
Coach
think
Walton got us going in that direction, and I just want him to understand in terms of D'Angelo that it's okay. It's okay to say, man, that's a bad shot. You know, maybe next time with two dudes on you or you're falling away, don't take that shot.
Magic, this is a great day for Los Angeles and for Laker fans
Yes,
all
sir.
over the world.
I'm so excited. I'm up here sweating like we about to play right now.
Hey, I got my sneakers now. We can go. I got my sneakers.
You know I know Looky, baby.
And 6 fouls.
Ooh.
I got 6 fouls.
Both of us. But that drop step that you had, brother.
Trying to teach it, man.
Brother.
Trying to teach it.
If Randall got your drop step,
He got it from the left side.
yeah.
You know, I had a chance to work with him a
Yeah.
little bit. He got
Yeah.
it from the left side, but the right,
Man.
it has to be developed.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
And don't be afraid to shoot it, Randall. Even if you miss 10 times that right-hand layup or that right-hand shot, keep shooting it because that's how you develop it. I know Kareem taught me the hook shot left, and it was going short my first couple times, but after about that 10th game, shoot, boom.
Game
It's gonna be all right.
487.
It's going to be all right.
For
Yes.
Big Game James.
Yes, sir.
Mike Bresnahan.
Yes, sir.
Chris McGee. I'm now Geeter forever because that's what Magic
you
calls
are.
me. You have been connected with Irvin Magic Johnson.